Okay, so we're going to take a look at how to play Love Me Do by the Beatles. It's a pretty simple, song with only a few chords, G, C, and D basically. And really, we're going to be vamping on G to C. Vamping means kind of just, switching between the two for a while. All right, so let's take a look. I charted out the chord progression for the song, so let's look at that. All right, I'll zoom in a little bit. So I have the intro charted out where it just goes from G, C, G, C, G, C, G, G. And then we go into the verses 1 and 2 right here. So basically we're just kind of staying between G and C for most of it. Hold on that C. There's a break in this bar, G, C, G, C, C, and then it repeats for verse 2. We also have a bridge that happens a couple times throughout the song, where we go to the D chord for a couple measures, to C, to G, then it repeats, and then we go back to the verse. The strum pattern that I wrote here is not the one we're actually going to use for this song. We're going to use a simpler strum pattern. So the strum pattern that we're going to use is going to be the root note strum pattern. So the root note strum pattern is basically where we play a root note by itself. We play the root note of the chord, and then, let me start again. The root note strum pattern is where we play the root note on its own, and then we do a strum for beat 2. Beat 3, we play the root note on its own, and then beat 4, we'll strum the whole chord. So let's look at what that looks like. So I'm going where I have root. So if I'm doing a G chord, I have my root note, strum. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So for the C chord, we're going to go, our root note is going to be this note right here. That's our C note. So that's on our A string. So we need to play the A string. So root, strum. So that's how the chords go in this song. So we're going to go G to C, pretty much that G to C vamp. So we're going to go. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're hitting that single root note on beats 1 and 3. Beats 2 and 4, we're doing those downstroke strums. So I'm going to go through the verse where I got, let's see, I'll share my screen again. We got G, C, G, C, G, C, 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 hold, G, C, G, C, C. So I'm going to do the verse where I got G, C, G, C, G, C, 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 pause, G, C, G, C. And then this right here is a repeat sign. So that means we repeat back up to this repeat sign, and when we play it again. So for this blank measure here, that means that's just a hold. Not a hold. That just means we don't play for 4 beats. And then the bridge part, same strum pattern where we go D, C, G, D, C, G. So I'm going to go through that again. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, G. I hit that C too many times. So that's the idea of Love Me Do by the Beatles. So I wrote it out. You'll have to kind of just go nice and easy with those chord changes. You want to kind of get that strum pattern worked into your right hand first over those chords. And then you want to start, kind of trying to change between the G and C. And that's most of the song right there. So getting those changes lined up is going to be a really important thing. But go nice and slow. Make sure your right hand is at a nice pace that you're comfortable with. And that also goes, for switching those G and C chords as well. Make sure you're not going too fast. Put the song on. Once you start getting the hang of those changes, that's when you're going to want to start putting the song on and trying to play along to the actual song. Because that's what's really going to cause you to sort of work out, knock off all those cobwebs of, if there's anything that you're not kind of doing right. Playing along to the song will sort of expedite your practice time with that. Forces you to kind of keep up with the actual song that you're trying to play. And it also helps too. You get the feel, the rhythm of the songs there to help push you along and play. So that is a quick little tutorial on Love Me Do by the Beatles.